Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Today, my guest star is Melissa with Melissa's Crochet with Love. And
Hi.
in a little while, she's going to tell y'all more about herself and her channel. And for those that are watching on replay, I'd like to welcome you. And if you are watching on replay, let me know in the comments. And also feel free to answer any of the questions we asked today. And let's see, Angela's here. Hi, Angela. How are you
Hi,
today?
Angela.
And she's still working on her stitch marker holder and she's drinking water. I got the water going too.
I just made a cup of coffee. Not that it's hot here, I shouldn't, but
I have not been able to drink coffee lately.
I bet. I bet.
And it's like last night I was drinking a lot of peppermint tea.
For your stomach, does it help?
It helped some, but then like this morning it was kind of upsetting my stomach some, but I think it was from the stevia.
Probably.
So
Probably.
how are you doing today, Melissa?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Just cut the grass and was playing with the girls and now I'm here. Doing great. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. I've just kind of been lounging around, not doing too much of anything.
Sometimes that's what we have to do. Yep.
But yeah. And if anyone is here in the chat, leave a comment to let us know. And if you have any questions you would like to ask me or Melissa, feel free to do so. Let's see, Laura Lee's here. Hi, Laura Lee. How are
Hi,
you doing
Orly.
today?
How are you?
And what are you currently working on? But yeah, if y'all haven't checked out my 700 subscriber giveaway, please check out that giveaway. It's going to be going on. I think it ends September 5th, so there's
Right.
there's still plenty of time to enter. Oh, hi, Carol. Oh, thank you for subscribing.
Hi,
Oh,
Carol.
and I hope you are enjoying my videos. So, what are you currently working on, Chris? I don't know why I said Crystal. What are you currently doing, Carol? Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes before we really get started.
Yeah.
So, is everyone having a good weekend?
So far here, yeah. It was raining here for weeks, and now the last couple days, no, probably about the last week, it's been like 90 degrees. The humidity is like crazy.
Yeah, so it's so humid here. I'm so ready for the fall.
I love the fall. I don't like it when it's too hot, and I hate when it snows. So I know I sound like a brat, but if it could stay 70 degrees all year, I'm content with that.
Yeah, I don't like it when it's too cold and I don't like it when it's too hot.
No, me neither.
But fall's usually that comfortable season.
Yep. Yep.
And let's see, Laura Lee says she's doing good. She's working on watching an old movie, The Missouri Traveler, and making another blue hat. Awesome. I never heard about that movie. What's it about, Laura Lee? And Carol says, I'm working on a corner to corner pocket shawl using Karen Latte's cakes, Pipsqueak yarn. First original design. So excited about it. Oh,
Ooh,
awesome.
congratulations.
Congrats on designing your own pattern. And I'd love to see it when you get finished with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Melissa, you want to go ahead? Oh, one moment.
Freehandly
Oh,
made.
yeah. I'm trying to remember her name. I know it's Nisi, I think. Hi, Nisi. How are you today?
Hi.
And what are you currently working on? And you want to go ahead and tell everyone about yourself, Melissa, and about your channel?
Yes, thank you, Connie. So I'm Melissa from Melissa Crochets with Love. I just started my channel a few months ago, probably about I don't know 3 months ago. Um, really from like Connie, from like you, many of you other CCs out here who truly inspired me to like, you know, to do it. Because I'm just like I love to support everybody else and, you know, other channels. And it took a lot to hit that little record button. Oh, yep, that's her name, Niece. She said that is her name, Niece or Niece. Oh, good. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It all of a sudden had come to me. I'm like, I know I should know her name. I had a hard time the last time she was on one of my lives, and I'm like, okay, her name's the same as my cousin's nickname. So
See
that's
that?
how
There you
it
go.
finally came to me.
And correlate the two. But I started off with making like, you know, for when I was younger, I made blankets and stuff. But I stopped for years and was doing more cross stitching. And then when the pandemic hit, I picked my crocheting back up to blankets, and then I started watching Bag O' Day. So that's when I really started getting into the YouTube streets, and that's when I did my first shawl. From there, I do tote bags, but now I've been really focusing on like I make earrings and stitch markers. Excuse me. I really enjoy doing that. So yeah, I just had my 300 subscriber giveaway. I'll be having a 400 subscriber giveaway probably next week and Connie, you were the winner. I was so excited when I seen your name. I'm like, yes. Believe it or not, I thought I was recording it. I'm like talking to the camera, showing my tablet, and I look and my phone turned black, and I'm like, what? And I click it, but it timed out because I wasn't recording. So I'm like, darn it. I'm not repicking a winner because that was legit. I picked the winner. But yeah, so I'll be having another giveaway probably next week because I'm at 4 something now. But I think I'm gonna start doing. I talked to Sis Jeannie from Butterfly Dreams and a few others. I might start doing Saturday evening or night lives, like an hour just to start off with. So that's to come as well.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And let's see. Nisi says she's doing great. She's trying to finish up the Cabbage Patch Kid doll restore. Ooh, nice.
That's awesome.
And Laura Lee says it's about a runaway boy working his way to Florida and meets a guy in town trying to help him out. Ooh, that sounds like it's probably a good movie. Yeah. I have my recorder set to record my Lifetime movies this weekend.
Lifetime's so good, isn't it?
And let's see. Diana's here, Inheritance here, and Karen. Hi, y'all. How are y'all doing today?
Hi.
And what's everyone currently working on? And I just want to let everyone know that I'm not feeling the best today. Most of y'all know that I found out recently that I'm diabetic, and they just put me on a new medication. And I don't want to get into too much information, but the medicine is very harsh, and it's like I just have not been feeling the greatest. So this coming week, I may not film all my videos. I may not even put any videos out this week. It just all depends on how I feel. But I just wanted to let everyone know what was going on. But hopefully soon the side effects start to go away from this medicine, and I'll start feeling a lot better.
I hope so, Connie. I pray for you, and I think everybody in the chat and all your family completely will understand if you don't put videos out. That's the least important right now.
And it's like, in some aspects, I'm feeling better in certain areas, but it's the side effects to the medication.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
some side effects, it just ruins your whole day. You know, it can be the tedious thing, but it just is so annoying or uncomfortable that it just it ruins everything for you that, you know.
And it's like, I don't know, like they may have to change my medication if I don't adjust to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Which that can be the worst thing is wait about a month, and if it doesn't work, then switch to something else. Because sometimes the medication can work the first time, and some people it takes a cocktail for the, a couple different medications or different brand, multiple different trial and errors, which is unfortunate.
But yeah, I'm so ready to feel like my normal self again.
I know you are, honey. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Karen says she's working on cables for the first time. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Is it knitted cables or crochet cables? And she's knit. It's probably okay. It must be knitting because she's knitting a cable
Oh
cow.
yeah.
Oh, and thank you, Karen. Ooh, yeah. I love hearing whenever people try cables because it's like when you look at them, they look like they would be really hard to do, but
They do.
they're not. All you're doing is placing usually 3 stitches on a cable and either putting it in the front or the back, and then you knit the next 3 stitches and you go back to what's on the cable, and that's really all there is to it.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's so pretty. I seen Linda was showing her cardigan that she made with all those big cables, and it looks like so amazing. I mean, I could, and it does look difficult.
That's my favorite thing with knitting is the cables.
Isn't it? I could see why.
Thank you, Nisi. And let's see, Zara's here and Deanna's here. How are y'all doing today?
Hi, Deanna.
And what are y'all currently working on? So Melissa, you want to go ahead and ask the first question?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what is something you want to crochet and or knit that you haven't yet? So, actually, me and you have talked about this previously, Connie. Doing the C2C or single crochet, but the graphgans, like the little pictures on the. I started with this. I never did the C2C. It intimidates me. But when I start with the single crochet, if a row has like, say it's all white and there's one black stitch, that's what I feel doesn't look right. It's the one stitch. If I have a row that has 4 stitches, it looks good. It's always just like that one. So I always frog it. So I need to just do it.
You know who I find has the best tutorial for corner to corner that I've come across is Barbara from Crochet Therapy.
I'm going to write it down. Barbara from Crochet
Yeah,
Therapy.
I think it's a scarf she did around Christmas time where she shows how to do the stitch. But I know when I learned how to do corner to corner, I did have a harder time learning it because I felt there were certain things that one tutorial showed better than another, and I had to kind of watch different tutorials to piece it together.
I agree. There's certain, even aside from the C2C, but other stitches or other things that I've had to watch a couple different because like they may show you the front group, but they're not showing you how they're holding, whatever in the back or yeah, you got to watch 2 different videos to kind of piece it together.
And especially at the store because your piece of work kind of flip flops, and you don't know how it's supposed to hold up and how it connects.
No, exactly. Or am I holding it like with the single crochet one graph guide I was trying like when you're hiding the string if you do it that way, am I hiding it in the front or the back or like then yeah, there's so many little tedious things to it.
And like the points go up. And like one thing that I did, and y'all gonna laugh at this, where I was doing fiber spiders tutorial for a score in corner to corner. And like I guess I didn't pay close attention because he's going on and he's telling you how to start decreasing at the end because at first you increase to get your width, and then once you get your width you're supposed to just keep going like that.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready, when you're towards the end of your project, that's when you do the decreases. No, whenever he started talking about decreasing, that's exactly whenever I did it. And then I had like kind of this like small rectangle, and I'm like, what do I do from here? How do I connect?
Isn't it funny? Like one little thing you miss though can completely throw the whole project off.
And then I started asking in crochet groups that I'm in, and I had someone explain it to me, and it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense now.
Yep. Yep. It's funny.
But
Hi, Crystal.
once you see how it go, like the format to it, it really is easy.
No, yeah, like I can't read patterns, but up until like the maybe the older patterns, like the detailed and but like the newer pattern books I've been getting offline or off Amazon and stuff, it has the diagram, and then it'll break it down like 10 each, is 10 plus 1, and then so what your foundation is, and it'll show you the picture, like two doubles, double crochets, chain two, whatever it is. And to me, I can read them patterns all day, but so seeing the diagram helps me so much more.
But for me, the thing that I wanna do is a graftan, which
Both of us, there we go.
it's gonna have a good bit of color work to it, and I'm not sure how difficult it's gonna actually be.
But you're talking about knitting, right? Or crocheting?
What's that?
You're talking about knitting or crocheting?
Crocheting one.
Oh, okay. Because I say the knitted alien hat was amazing.
Thank you.
It really was. It really is.
And actually, that hat should be in my Ravelry store sometime this week.
Okay.
My last tester finished with it, and I just basically have to get around to putting it in the Ravelry store and make a video to announce it and do my little giveaway for it.
Aww.
But yeah, I'm glad you like that hat.
I mean, when I seen it, when you showed it, I think you were wearing it the one day, and I'm like, oh my! I mean, it does. It looks like something you would buy. It looks amazing.
Thank you. What's funny is whenever I decided to design that pattern, I didn't think like anybody would really be that into that hat.
No, it looks. I bet you. Oh yeah, once it's up on Ravelry, you'll see. It does. It looks really nice. I don't. So.
Because you always clown around and talk about aliens, and I was like, oh, I want an alien hat, but I didn't know how much like everyone else would be into that.
Right. Oh yeah. Aliens are pretty popular around like clothing and stuff. Hi, Twinsy Stephanie.
Yeah, I need to get caught up on the chat. Let's see. I greeted Deanna already. Let's see. Stephanie's here. Hi, Stephanie. And Crystal, too. Hi, y'all. How are y'all today?
Hi, Crystal.
Oh, how's Missy doing? And how's Tom and Oreo? And Zara says corner to corner, never did that one either. Yeah, I made the popular Christmas scarf of the Grinch.
Did you?
That's the time that I did the corner to corner. Well, let's see. Deanna says, I am making a basket weave Afghan now. My first time doing the stitch. That's one. Another is a pocket shawl. Haven't chosen a pattern yet. Ooh, nice. Yeah, pocket shawls are really fun. There's this one pattern on Ravelry where it has a sunflower and it's a pocket shawl. I love that pattern. One day I'm gonna finally buy the pattern and make it.
I know I see so many like more recently pocket shawls, and it's like I gotta make one because I love wearing like stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you can slip your hands right in.
And that's one thing because like with knitting, there's not as many knitted pocket shawl patterns as there is crochet. Crochet, yeah. There's so many.
Right. Oh yeah, there is.
And Diana's working on amigurumis. And Zara's making a bod spring scarf. It is looking good so far. Ooh, awesome. And I'd love to see it when you get finished with it. And let's see. Okay, you have a good day, Diana. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Deanna saying how there's so many nice patterns. There really is. And like I have all these patterns bookmarked that I want to make, but there's no way I'm gonna get to all of them in my
That's so funny because I have so many bookmarked on Pinterest, or I'll email them to myself, and my email's a bunch of me, like telling me like you sent this to yourself. I'm not going to get to them all either.
Oh, Missy, you think she's blind in her left eye? Oh no, poor Missy. And she started laying eggs again, and she is slowly getting better.
Oh, good.
See, I think Crystal needs some little baby chickens. Her chickens have some babies.
She needs them little tiny ones running around. I think that's so awesome that she has chickens. I do. I think it's cool.
At one point, Frank wanted chickens because, like, he eats a lot of eggs. He puts away.
You need your own chickens, yeah, for his eggs.
He puts away some eggs. But yeah, his cholesterol isn't high.
No, good.
But like, there's stuff that it used to be people always thought eggs led to high cholesterol, but now they're claiming at least that they don't find eggs actually do.
That must.
But I think there are some people that still it triggers it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree with. I know what you're saying. Certain foods may, trigger some, but not others. It just kind of depends on your body. Everyone's different.
Because I know, like in a Weight Watchers group that I'm in, there was one lady that because Weight Watchers really started promoting the whole egg thing.
Yeah.
And this lady was saying how she went to the doctor, her cholesterol went up really high. Like it went, so I don't know. And she said that that's what she's, it was fine. It was fine before she started eating all the eggs.
Yeah, and that's probably. I mean, if that was her only recent increase, or something different in her diet, then it had to be.
And Crystal says common Oreo or okay, they're somewhere away from the heat sleeping. Oh, sha babies. I think Sophie's sleeping on the bed and Allie's sleeping right next to me.
Next to Mama Bear. Mama Cat.
And every time like I try to hold her up on the live, she won't have none of it. She runs right off of me.
Put me down.
Stephanie says I started working on a bod pocket shawl. I am not happy with the length. I finished the main part instead of stitching it back up for pockets. I'm going to sew pockets on.
To make it longer that way.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get the right length with projects.
When I do different people's, designs or tutorials, even with the shawls or like ponchos like this one was called for like, I make a bunch of these now, but it goes past her hips, and the length, I never go by what the person says, honestly, because I just feel like I'm short, and you know what I mean. I always just go do the length to what I feel it's gonna be for me, because if I go by the pattern, it never fits big or it just doesn't fit me.
And Crystal saying she learned from Crystal. I'm sorry, did I say Crystal again? Carol said, I don't know why I keep trying to call Carol Crystal, but she learned from Crystal at Bago Day. She explains everything so well. Yeah, Bod is awesome. And Bod, are you out there? Are you listening?
I know, right? Hi.
Hi, if you are.
I know. I love Crystal.
Okay, so the next question I'm going to ask is, what is a stitch and or technique that you recently learned to do. Where I really don't per se have a stitch or a technique that I've really recently learned, but I am doing my first hooded poncho. So this is the first time that I've made a hood, that I'm making a hood for a project,
Right.
which I love the hood look on stuff.
Me too. Me too. There's a couple of the hood ponchos that look. I love that idea. Yeah, cute.
So how about you, Melissa?
Me, I would say, and it's not here. I sold it, but I made my first little amigurumi ball. It was only a ball, but it was like I posted on my Instagram, and everyone's like, "That looks so good!" Like, and like, it's my first one. I know it's not a stitch; it was just single crochet, but just doing the whole round, cylinder, not cylinder, but sphere, and then little stitches. That's new for me.
Yeah, and also too, I am working on my first poncho, so that is something new for me.
You're gonna love. They're addicting. Once you make your first one, they're addicting.
Yeah, I enjoyed making this one so far.
Yeah.
And Stephanie says mosaic.
Oh, hers came out so beautiful.
Yeah, that she, her and Crystal are doing the mosaic challenge.
So beautiful.
So, what's the next project you plan to work on, Melissa?
Mine is I'm actually my mom's have she goes to camp. She like every year they have like their own lot. It's more to me it's more like a trailer park down there, but so on the 4th they're having a yard sale. So today I was looking up a lot of different scrunchy patterns and stuff. I'm gonna try to make a bunch of little easy projects to bring down there for the yard sale. Try to make a few dollars off of it and sell some items. So I'm gonna try my first scrunchie today.
Nice.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I've
gonna be
knit, I've knitted scrunchies. I haven't crocheted them yet.
no. They look so cute, and there's so many different patterns out there and they're simple. They look so simple when you watch the tutorial. Yeah,
I need to start trying to make crocheted ones soon.
basically it's just a bunch of double crochets is really what it is. I mean, they're like 5-10 minute scrunchies. But the
But yeah,
knitted ones probably look better because I feel like knitting the stitches are just more, just I don't know. So knitted probably looks better.
but one thing I learned when it comes to making scrunchies, don't get the cheap Dollar Tree hair bands.
Because they
So,
break.
hmm
I use the thick black ones here right now for my hair because I got my they all got thick hair, so I used to use the same ones.
I use the one from Walmart,
Yep, the
but
Goody brand or
I did that one time, and it was like it
does it
stretched
pop
out.
when you're going to put it in? You got to pull it on your arm and it's like snap.
It didn't like break entirely, but it's like all the way stretched out.
The only thing left connected is the outside layer. Yeah. Hi Tracy.
Hi Tracy, how are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And Carol says, I'm making pocket shawls for 3 of my girlfriends as Christmas gifts. I'm putting pockets on the inside and outside. Ooh, nice.
That's awesome.
I love to see them when you're finished with them.
It's a good idea too.
And Classy's here.
Hi
And
Classy.
I'm trying to remember what your first name is, Classy. So, how are you today? And Caitlin's here too. Hi.
Hi Kate.
And what are y'all currently working on? But yeah, but for a while there, I was on this kick with knitting where I would knit a shawl, then I would use the same color yarn to make a beanie to match. Then
Oh,
I would make a headband and a scarf.
to have the whole match in, but that's a good idea though to make sets, Connie. You should do that if you have time. Do that and go on Macari. You could sell them on Macari for real.
Caitlin says she's working on a dishcloth. Awesome. So you want to go ahead and ask the next question, Melissa?
Yes. Okay, what is the worst weather experience you have gone through? Um, well, I live in Western New York, so the snow gets really bad around here. A couple years ago, I mean it snowed so bad. We had like twice in like the last probably 10 years. People literally couldn't get out of their doors. I mean, there were like feet and feet of snow. Driving banned. I mean, it just you couldn't leave your house for a long time. People, I mean, they had on Facebook people making little coolers. They opened up their back door and you couldn't even see outside. It was full of snow. They're making like little fridges out of the snow, like as jokes, just to show people how bad it was. Trees were falling, houses, the roofs were collapsing. Yeah. So I'd say that was probably the worst and most scariest for me.
For me, it would probably be one of the hurricanes that hit last year because we stayed home and I was like the noises just started scaring me, and like there was a big tree branch that fell, and I'm sitting what I thought was in the safest spot of the house, and this tree branch hit basically right by where I was sitting,
Oh, goodness. Did it
and
come?
it didn't do any damage or anything,
But
luckily,
the thought of it.
but and I try to figure out exactly how it hit because I know I heard it hit the air conditioner, but I think it more hit the garage than the actual house. But the garage is like right there, so maybe that's why it sounded as loud as it did, like it was right on top of me.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it may have hit right on top of where I was, but that was
Right.
scary. And and then there was also there was a hurricane where it didn't actually like we didn't get any actual weather from the hurricane, but we got the storm surge.
Yeah.
Well, this was back when I lived in Homa, and so like the street behind the house I was living on was flooding, and the houses on the behind us got water in them, like they flooded. And
That's
I
scary.
think the only reason why the water didn't get in, like because it's like the street I was on kind of elevated up a little,
So it
so
ran
the water
through.
went the other way.
Water.
So,
Water does the most damage. I feel, and it does so much damage.
hmm and like that's one thing. Like especially the other side of Eunice, like we get a lot of rain and they flood.
That's scary.
Let's see. Okay, it's Shondell. I'm gonna try to remember that. Okay, she's working on a mosaic crochet bag. Ooh, nice.
Beautiful.
I'm writing that down. Hopefully, I won't
I
forget.
am too. That sounds interesting. I was think I've seen some like the granny square crochet bags. So I'm assuming like the mosaic in the middle. Do you know what I mean? That's probably gorgeous.
And Carol saying, "Did you know you can freeze raw eggs?" I never heard of that.
No, I didn't know that either.
And Stephanie says the pocket shawl I am making has a matching headband. I made it first to see how the stitch came out with that yarn. Oh, that sounds like it'd be cute together. And Stephanie says Hurricane Katrina for sure. Oh yeah, I remember that one too. But with Hurricane Katrina, I lived in Homa at the time, and at first we were supposed to get hit harder, but the storm turned just enough that it didn't affect us that bad. And the funny thing is, I actually slept through that hurricane,
Oh wow.
but it didn't seem like it did that much damage in the area. Now, Gustav, that was another one that hit. Where that one did the that one did more damage to Homa when I was living there, but I evacuated for that hurricane, so I didn't actually experience everything going on during the hurricane.
Yeah, yeah. That's scary. That's why I always tell my fiance, I'm like, I never want to move anywhere where there's tropical storms or anything like that, hurricanes, because that just it's you can't avoid it. Earthquakes, you cannot avoid it. You know, it's much different than it just snowing like it does here. You know what I mean?
And I remember too with Katrina, like listening to the radio, and they're saying how at first New Orleans made it out fine, and then next thing you know, those levees.
Oh gosh, that's scary. Oh, I gotta move. We gotta go.
But yeah, I do not like hurricanes.
Mm,
I'm ready for hurricane season to be over with. But so far, it has been quiet.
thankfully, right? Yeah, normally,
When
I mean, there's been some times where you hear one hits and they have another name for another one out on the news, you know? I really haven't heard as many this year like we normally do on the news.
yeah, maybe it's because last year was such a bad season.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shondell says icy storm in 2011 in New Jersey. Lots of falling trees. Ouch. Laura Lee says she's having internet problems. Oh,
Oh, bye, Laurie. Sorry.
well, if you don't come back, I hope you have a good day. Let's see. Tracy says she's working on polymer clay charm stitch markers and still working on my duster. I also just started an embroidery project for a friend going through a hard time.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
sweet of you.
and Tracy saying you can freeze eggs out of the shell. She's done it. Interesting. But Frank eats eggs. They don't
So
go to
fast, you
waste.
probably don't have to worry about freezing them, right?
And Caitlin saying in December of 2018 it flooded so bad that we couldn't get trucks in because water was over the four bridges that come into my town, north, south, east, and west. Ah, not
That's
good. Not good.
so that means they couldn't get no like produce or food and stuff. They had to have stopped all of that.
And Tracy says Hurricane Andre. Yeah, those hurricanes,
They're
not
no
nice.
joke. Right.
Okay, and I think that's everything.
Welcome back, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Shondell says she loves her stitch markers you made, Melissa.
Oh, I'm so glad you liked them. So glad. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was trying to think when she was trying to think of your name. You were trying to think of Classy's name. I'm like, I should know it. I think it was in the email, but I kept quiet because I felt really bad because we just were emailing 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'm glad you like them. Thank you.
I know today I've been like doing a lot of searching for like diabetic recipes. So I always like playing with new recipes
Yeah,
and worked on my grocery list,
there you go.
trying to
It's a
stay.
whole new way of life. I mean, with diabetes, it really does change so many aspects of one's life. You know, everything that you do. You know, but especially with the type of foods, it's not so much the intake; it's just the ingredients. Not just, but a lot of it's like the ingredients and the, you know what I mean. So you kind of got to change all of that, and it can be pretty expensive.
And like I'm trying to stay on track eating right. So far so good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Mama's not feeling well. Oh,
Oh, she wasn't last night. She was starting to not feel well. Hope she feels better, Crystal.
yeah, I hope she starts to feel better. Okay, let me ask the next question. What are some I'm getting tongue tied. What are some slogans that stick with you? Um, for me, kind of like the "Don't squeeze the shoreman." I always thought that was so cute with Mr. Whipple.
Yeah.
Um, have a Coke and a smile. Uh, I know there's so many others. But now my mind's going blank. Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, that one. That's
And then
funny.
I like to change it up and say stuff like a good neighbor, Frank is there, or Alley Cat's there. So
Right. That sounds like when I'm talking to my kids, I'll do that. I'll take commercial, jingles or whatever, and I'll include their names in them or change the words.
so how about you, Melissa?
Um, I don't even know. Slogan, like as in like a jingle, or just like
A
be there or be
jingle,
square.
any type of slogan.
I know there's so many too, and now that you're asking, it's like be there or be square. I mean, I don't know. Ooh, I can't even think of any
I
right now.
remember that one. Be there, be square.
Be there or be square. Um, when my 6-year-old, when she talks, and because she just lost her top front tooth last night, but she lost the two bottom ones like a month ago. So when she talks, she would spit. And I'm like, I would tell her, I'm like, when you talk, you spit, baby. And she's like, well, I don't know. It's not my fault. And I'm like, I want the news, not the weather. And she'd look at me like, what? And I had to explain it to her. When you talk, you're spitting. So it's like, it's raining. I want the news, not the weather. And she's like, okay, mom.
Stephanie saying, "Where's the beef?" Yes, I love that one.
Where's the beef?
I wish they would bring that back. But I don't know that lady may not still be alive though now. But I mean, they could still get like someone else and
Yeah.
just keep on with the phrase. I think
Yep.
that would be cute. And Crystal saying that mom didn't feel well last night, and today Mama is not feeling good. Well, I hope mom is feeling better today though, and I hope Mama starts to feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I started at Crystal's live last night. I felt bad. You could tell she went from like, you could just tell that she started not to feel good towards the end. I'm like, oh, prayers for mama.
And Tracy saying, "For the life of your car, take it to the store." I never
Hmm.
heard that.
Me neither. Oh, mom is better. So is mama her grandmother?
Yeah, Mama.
Oh, because she did say that none of them felt okay. Oh, thankfully mom's better though.
Yeah, Patricia's her grandmother, and Tammy is her mom.
Tammy is her mom. Oh,
Yeah, Tracy saying, "Where's the beef too?"
where's the beef?
Where's the beef? I remember one time with Wendy's, I always liked getting their bacon cheeseburger,
Mm,
and like it was like back then it was like a $1.30 something. Then they
yeah,
decided to put it on their dollar menu, and it was like the most pathetic burger. It was like this tiny thing. The first thing I was thinking was, "Where's the beef?"
right. The beef is like so thin. It's like paper thin. You get like one slice of like rubbery bacon.
Yeah, they all like made it sound like they were all about the beef. So where's the beef?
Yeah, exactly.
Carol says her worst experience was the ice and snowstorm they had in Texas last year. Yeah, we got some of it. Texas got it worse than Louisiana did.
Really. Oh,
And then Texas had the rolling blackouts too.
yeah, that's all scary.
Crystal says mom's feeling better. Okay, good, good, good.
Yeah, great. That's awesome. I've
Hey,
fallen. I can't get up.
that was a classic.
And she's reaching her arm up, like, help.
Yeah, Crystal, let's hope not. She says hope
I
tomorrow is
know.
not her turn to feel bad.
Hope not, Crystal. It was an excellent live last night, Crystal. 3 hours. I think it was a little over 3 hours. Like, She had so many supporters, so many donations. I think she had at one time like 65 in the house. Crystal knows how to throw a party.
Woohoo!
It was fun.
Caitlin says, "Oh no, your tire's all flat and junk." I never heard that one.
Me neither.
Let's see. You want to go ahead and ask the next question, Melissa?
Okay. What is your favorite family recipe? So my mother's a box cooker. So I learned from my ex-mother-in-law. Even though me and my oldest daughter's grandparents, they both passed away about 2 years ago, but she taught me how to cook everything under the sun. So I would have to say her homemade gravy that she taught me, from the juices of the meat and stuff. I mean, that's one of my most favorite things to make is her homemade gravy, that or her macaroni and cheese.
For me, it would be my mom's cornbread dressing.
Oh, my grandma's from Alabama and makes cornbread chicken dressing, and it's so good.
And the thing was that like after my mom passed away, no one really had the recipe. And like finally my sister pretty much figured it out because like she used to help my mom, and like one of my aunts like kind of had the recipe my mom used, but my mom didn't exactly do what was on the recipe, I guess. I don't know. But they got it pretty close now.
I feel like when you get to make something, you don't even look at a recipe. You just kind of measure it with your fingers and your eyes, and
yeah, I think that's what started happening. And now, whenever I make it, I make mine from scratch. Like my mom would always use a Jiffy cornbread, but like I make homemade, and I make my own homemade cream of chicken soup. I would do mine low sodium whenever I would make it.
Yeah, I think from scratch is always really good.
Yeah, homemade's always better.
It is. It really is.
Okay, Stephanie's saying I don't know if I can say this right. Collage.
I've never heard of that. Collage. I don't know.
I know there's goulash. I'm not sure.
Me neither.
Caitlin said that was an old Geico commercial. And Crystal said, "Thank you. It was fun. Thank you both for donating and also coming and helping me celebrate."
Of course. Anytime, Crystal.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a good time. And sorry I was late. And Tracy says chicken Alfredo or beef stroganoff.
Yummy.
Crystal says her grandma's sausage stew. Ooh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Does she do it the Cajun way?
Connie's from Louisiana. It's got to be Cajun.
Well, like, there's like, usually the way that Cajuns make stew and people up north, it's not the same.
It's different.
Mm-hmm. Ours are more roux based, which is a flour and oil mixture where you brown it.
Yeah.
And Stephanie says it's an Eastern European nut roll. Well, it sounds interesting.
It does.
She said it's passed down for generations. Caitlin says chicken and dumplings. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, and if y'all know of any good like recipes that are like diabetic recipes, websites to find recipes, let me know because like I don't know, I always like playing around and a lot of the stuff that I've cooked in the past whenever I eat healthy or eat like either already or they can easily be adapted, but always like finding new recipes.
No, absolutely.
Oops. Okay, Crystal says
Pronounce
it's pronounced kulachi, bread with sausage or sausage and cheese inside. Ooh, sounds good. Stephanie
I
says
just
they
ate
made
and I'm hungry again.
Stephanie says they made chicken and dumplings this week. Ooh.
Oh,
And Shondell says curry chicken with roti.
sounds good.
Hmm. Yeah, curries are good. Crystal says no, not Cajun way. She cannot stand it too hot. But I was wondering, like, more if she did it more roux based, or if she did it more, um, like up north where it's more broth based.
See, I live in Western New York, and our stew is like a more gravy based. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's like it is. It's more like oily with like, if you got beef in it, you kind of want like the beef, the brown gravy with. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense, but I think stew is different everywhere, right?
Hmm. But that's like, when you see like, a recipe for like gumbo or jambalaya from up north,
Right.
it's not the same. It's not.
And but they'll love it, it's just because they've been raised on it, and that's what their taste buds are.
And Stephanie's saying the sausage and cheese ones are good too. She's getting hungry now.
I've never had those. Kolache.
And Carol says, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. Yeah, that's another one. Or
That was a good
or
one.
my baloney has a first name. It's BOL.
Yes,
Wait, no,
BOLGNA.
I messed up, didn't I? My baloney has a first name. It's MEYE. Or my
Oh yeah,
baloney has a second name. It's
it's
BOL.
BOLGNA or whatever. Yes, yes, I remember that one. That's funny.
Crystal
There
says,
were
I
so
like the
many.
sausage, cheese, and jalapeno claw. No, I can't say it again.
Kolache, I
Kulachi.
think.
Like I have to go back and look at how it's pronounced. Like I forget that quickly.
Right.
And that kind of reminds me, like baking bread, all the stuff like jalapenos, cheese, the herbs you can put in bread.
You put anything, really, yeah.
Hey, Teensy, how are you doing today? And let's
I can
see.
see.
The last question was, what is your favorite family recipe? Carol says, this is the brain on drugs is
When they
another
would
one.
take the
Yeah,
egg, right, and they would smash it in the frying pan, and it was
yeah.
good one. Carol's remembering some good ones there.
Yeah, I think she's behind on the chat. When she probably needs to refresh. Crystal says it's not. It's more like soup, but I will mash up my potatoes and mix them in the broth to make it thick. Ooh. And Shondell says, for me, stew have to have gravy. Yeah,
Same here. Me too.
I'm like, yeah. I eat anything rice based, it has to have a gravy.
Yep. Any stew for me is definitely gravy. You take your
And
bread or your biscuits, you dip it in the gravy in the stew, bite your bread.
and Stephanie says, I'm a baker, so I love it all.
I know I got to eat my twinsies' food one day, Stephanie.
And Crystal says, so what we call kolache is like pigs in a blanket.
Oh, okay. Makes more sense. I
Okay,
see.
I'm going to ask one more question and then we're going to wrap things up.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
What are your favorite silly songs?
Silly songs.
For me, I would definitely go with Foil from Weird Al Yankovic. And I think most of us will mention Weird Al songs.
Oh, all his songs were so weird.
Like the
Um,
Surgeon.
Yep.
Um,
I forgot about Weird Al. That's funny. There's a
and
one
then,
song growing up that my best friend's father, he passed on now, but he used to play, and I don't know who the singer is, and I always thought it was funny or weird, but others may not. But it was Mr. Beer Belly, bring me a drink, or something like that. And the chorus part was always like Mr. Beer Belly, and he'd be up there drinking and drunk and rub his belly, and it was like a popular song. It's like the adults when I was like 15, but yeah, that's I don't know.
yeah. And another one that had some goofy songs was Julie Brown, because I'm a blonde. And then she had the other one about the homecoming queen. And you know what's kind of funny with that? Like at the time that song, was released,
Yeah,
you never thought of that actually happening. So it was funny at the time, but now it's like those type of things happen.
right,
And now it's kind of like, oh, it's not so funny anymore.
right. It's not it takes the whole fun. Yeah, no, yeah, it's not so funny anymore. Right. Yeah.
And let's see. Stephanie says they have the same name but different origins. And Teensy says Tiny Tim. Teensy also says Tiptoe Through the Tulips. And another one that was a silly song was Oh Mickey, You're So Fine.
You're so fun. You love my Hey Mickey. Hey Mickey.
Oh,
Oh my god. Yeah.
why?
Yes. My 6-year-old, I taught her that like a year ago. So now when we're dancing or having like, a fun day, she'll do the YMCA.
Or I'm a Barbie girl in a.
And yes. And if you sit there and when I was, we were younger, it's like it came out, but then now when you get older, you listen to the words and you're like, whoa, there's a lot of meaning behind those words if you really listen to the song.
Funny how a lot of songs, especially when you're a kid and stuff, you really don't realize what they're actually saying.
Seriously.
And then as an adult, you're listening to it and you're like, oh my.
I was singing that and jumping around and thinking it was so my 6 years. I have a 13-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a almost 5-year-old. And I tell my 13-year-old time, watch what music you're listening to or playing, because my Soraya, my middle daughter, my 6-year-old, will start singing and dancing, not realizing what she's saying. And I'm like, no, you cannot say, but what, mommy, it's not bad. But I know the meaning behind it, and she doesn't.
Casey says the camp song, Hello Mother, Hello Gutter, here I am at Camp Granada.
Oh, remember that one? Gutter, not gutter.
I'm trying to think of some other good ones.
I know. Once we're off the live, I'll think a whole bunch. You know how that happens.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah, Teensy, don't you love autocorrect?
Or that song, a da da da, or however it went. That's all they really just said was just a da.
Yeah. Oh, there's a few songs like that. They repeat the same like 5 words or the same, I'm like, how does that become a song?
Who let the dogs out?
Woo, 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 woo. Who let the dogs out? Yeah,
Who let the cats out? But Teensy says she's got a brand new pair of roller skates. Oh, awesome.
Over here, we have the roller rink. I haven't been there in years, but music, and they put the black lights in. People still go to there.
They closed down our roller skate ring.
Did they? Oh.
My town don't have nothing.
No. Oh. There's not much around Niagara Falls over here, where I'm at either. Honestly, it's one of the 7 wonders of the world, Niagara Falls. You would think that it would be like, it's not.
And TC saying Louie, 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 Louie. Or Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I'm gonna take.
Oh yeah.
No, I said Mambo number 5. No, I didn't say Mambo number 5.
No, wasn't it like that blue and yellow purple pills? What was that song? That was another weird song. I'm trying to
Um,
think of who sang that one.
Crystal says, I'm blue, dove.
If
I
I'm blue,
dove.
yep. We used to think. I used to think it was I'm blue, and if I was green, I would die. And if I was green, I would die. If I was, but it's not. It's what she said. But if you listen to the actual song, it sounds like yeah.
Tracy says, one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer by George Thorogood. I don't think I've heard that
Me
one.
neither. Me neither.
Shondell says, Pop Goes the Weasel. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Teensy says, Song Pop and 79 Skate Song. And Carol says, my husband and I are planning a trip up to Massachusetts in October, planning on going to Niagara Falls on our way there. Ooh, nice.
Just be careful when you get here, because I'm telling you, people all they see a picture of the beautiful falls, which it is, but it's the city. I was down there my whole life. Which I live 4 minutes from the border, and then the falls right there. But honestly, it's completely full of like drugs and meth and prostitutes down there now, and it's dangerous. And it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. So just make sure, like, when you come, be careful. And if you need help, email me. I can help you get a nicer hotel, still reasonable pay, but just in the right area. If you need. Careful.
Oh, Vee's here. Hi, Vee. How are you today?
Hi, Mina.
We're just about to wrap things up, Vee. So do you have any last words you want to say, Melissa?
No, really just thank you, Connie, for having me on and letting me have fun and talk about my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you everyone in the chat too. I really appreciate you all.
You're welcome, Melissa, and thank you for coming live with me.
Of course, anytime.
And I want to thank everyone for watching today. And also, if y'all haven't checked out my 700 subscriber giveaway, go check that out. There's still time to enter. And this coming week, I may not do all my normal videos because, as I've been telling a lot of y'all, I started on a new medication that has a lot of side effects, and I haven't been feeling that great lately. So if you don't see my videos next week, that would be why.
It's understandable.
I'll probably try to do at least like a few videos, but like I said, I think this coming week I'm going to take things easy.
Yeah, I would. I honestly would. Carol, yeah, definitely. There's some yarn places right here too.
Let me read the last few comments before I say bye. Crystal says, Melissa Eminem saying blue and yellow purple pills.
I should have known that one. Yeah, feel better soon, Connie.
Okay. Yeah, thank y'all. And yeah, hopefully these side effects go away soon. And I hope everyone, like Crystal says, has a happy Saturday. Y'all have a fabulous morning day. Be the light, and bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.